Welcome to Unleashing Your Greatest Potential with co-hosts Tina Guimar and Deborah Rogers. Many people go along every day and they are not really passionate about what they do. They spend a lot of time working and very little time with their family, friends, and doing things that they love to do. Our intention for this show is to help you unleash your greatest potential and create extraordinary results in your personal, professional, and spiritual life. This will allow you to start focusing on the things that you love and to live a more purposeful life. Enjoy the show. Today we have a very special guest. We have Catherine Ann Clayton. Catherine, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We are so excited to learn about you and how you got onto your entrepreneurship journey. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'm Catherine Ann Clayton, and they call me Lady Leverage. And I'm the founder of LinkedIn Leverage Mastermind, where I help coaches, consultants, service providers learn to leverage LinkedIn to create leads and profits in their business. And the biggest trick about this is I help them get their time back.
Oh,
Now, the reason I say that is because I was I was a teacher for 21 years. Then I left and went into corporate America. And I was working 80 hours a week. I was making a ton of money, but I just was not satisfied. I was working all the time. And I guess the gut wrenching thing that really made me look back at my life was I went to help my daughter. At that time was 11 years old. And she looked at me and she said, "Mommy, Daddy will help me. You're too grumpy and have to work." And that really got me right in the heart.
yeah.
And then, in this entrepreneur journey or in your life journey, a lot of things happened and my commissions got cut. And so it was just time for me to leave. So I started, started Googling, what can I do from home? What can I do to be here for my kids so that I'm not that grumpy parent, so that I am that present parent? And that's when I found, online marketing.
That is an awesome journey. I love that. I love that you were able to identify how corporate America and just working for and building someone else's dream really impacted you and your family, because a lot of people don't realize that. And that right there is huge. I know for me, myself, I did the same thing. I just was overworked and I didn't realize it until something tragic happened, and it makes you look at things in a different way. And that is very, very important. I'm so glad you were able to do that. So
Yeah, I
awesome.
was very blessed with my husband's support, and I will say that when I got online, I struggled. I mean, I really struggled. I didn't know what I was doing because, I'd been in network marketing before and made, really, I wouldn't say a ton of money, but I made anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 with my network marketing company. But that was the old school way. That was having home meetings and sampling the products. And so it was a huge struggle to get on to get online and not know what I was doing. And that's really when I found LinkedIn and when I knew that things would be different with LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's awesome. And there's a key right there that you probably don't even realize you just gave the audience is trading time for money. Having
Absolutely.
those home parties and having to go out, you're really trading time for money at that point. So that's why it's really awesome that you were able to leverage LinkedIn and help people get their time back. That is super fantastic.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about, you said that you had not really much experience with being online. So how did you go about learning how to leverage social media how did you learn how to leverage social media to grow your audience?
Well, I started, first I went, as we all do, went to Google, work from home, started looking at everything. And then I got on Facebook and started finding people through Facebook. And I really just started doing research and started really, first I just kind of joined a group here and there. And then I found, a company that helped me build. And then the key thing, which is why I do what I do, and I think, Tina, why you do what you do, is I found a coach.
Yes.
I found a coach, and when she told me the price of her program, I nearly fell over, and I was like, I can't afford this. But I was like, okay, I can do this. Well, the funny thing is that money completely in the first month tripled itself in what I learned from her.
Wow.
And so investing in yourself, even when you don't have the money, but finding it somewhere. And I'm not saying that you go and sell your house. But, there's things in your house that other people may want that you can go and sell.
Yeah.
I know that we have a mutual friend that went and drove an Uber for 6 weeks to get money for her coach. There are ways that you can make money so that you can pay for a coach.
Absolutely.
It's really important that you connect with the coach and that you really know what they're offering, so you don't get tracked in, because I have hired coaches that I spend an exorbitant amount of money that I really didn't learn anything from. So you've got to really feel that connection in your heart that they are going to give you what you want, and not still, again, build their dream. Because there's a lot of fake people out there that you're building what they want instead of what you want. So that's where I really try to differentiate myself, is while I am teaching LinkedIn, I'm really helping the entrepreneur or the stay-at-home mom or the business, man, really build what he wants to build and not what I want him to build.
Right. I love that. That is awesome. No, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people on this show here that are listening in can absolutely relate to hiring someone, hiring a coach or an expert that really just didn't get them anywhere. So yes, like you said, absolutely 100%. You want to do your research before you actually hire somebody, and know in your heart, I love that is the right person for you, and that that they can help you. Trust your journey, trust your gut, and follow your journey, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me see. So you really specialize in LinkedIn, but you also, it's not just like, okay, so here's LinkedIn and here's what to do, but you're also helping them on their entrepreneurship journey.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes, I do believe, LinkedIn to me, as well as Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, they're just platforms. They're not your business, and so, but you've got to learn how to leverage each platform differently. Now, I do specialize in LinkedIn, and I can teach people how to build on LinkedIn, but I also build on Facebook. I am learning, I don't know it yet, but I'm trying to learn Instagram. Let's be honest, I'm trying to pawn it off on my children so they can become little entrepreneurs, because they know how it works. But I would say that when you first start, you need to pick one platform that you want to build on, and then you add a second. For me, Facebook and LinkedIn go hand in hand, even though one is more social and one is more business. I teach people how to take the content that you have created on Facebook and move it over to LinkedIn, or vice versa. Take that content on LinkedIn, and within a couple of clicks of buttons, it's over on Facebook. So, and I also work really with what's between your two ears, which is your brain and your mind. And that is something that people don't really realize that they need help with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and especially with LinkedIn, because you do have to think differently with LinkedIn. A lot of people have gone out and they've seen webinars and things with somebody that says, oh, if you're a network marketer or affiliate marketer, get on LinkedIn. And they've followed people, and they're still doing exactly what they're doing on Facebook. And then they come to me and say, Catherine Ann, it doesn't work on LinkedIn. It's not working. And I'm like, so I go and I look at their profile, and I'm like, okay, well, here are some of the things that we might want to think about changing, that we might want to do differently, because LinkedIn is different.
Yeah, that is huge. Like recognizing those differences and being able to implement what you need to do in order to get the most engagement. That's key.
Absolutely.
All right. So you talked about some of your struggles and challenges. Now, how did you overcome those? I think we talked about that a little bit in how you hired a coach. Is there anything in addition to that that you were able to utilize to really overcome those struggles and challenges when you first got started?
I will tell you that going in and finding books that can really help. Now, I'm not a huge reader, but I do them on Audible, and finding books that really relate to whatever your problem is. I've got, several that I've gone and that I've read 3 or 4 times. One of them that nobody talks about, but it's called Who Moved My Cheese?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's something that I read in corporate America. And I went back to that, and and I was like, gosh, this is so powerful. Why am I letting these little things bug me? And so, there's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of podcasts just like this out there that can help people grow. You've just got to decide to do a little bit of self-development and self-work. And even when you see people that you look up to and you're like, oh my gosh, if I could be that person, I promise you, are reading books and having self-development. That's huge.
Yeah.
Now, there's a balance there, because I got caught up in this, is you can't get shiny object syndrome where you're only doing that. Mm-hmm. And you're only reading books, and you're reading books all day, and you read books 8 hours a day, and then you go, but my business isn't growing. You've got to learn how to focus your time on a little bit at a time, whether you start 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, and then you can build up, because you do have to do those income producing activities.
Yeah, that's huge. I myself got stuck in a training mode. Yes. And you have to go from that training mode to actually implementing what you're learning.
Absolutely.
And consistency is huge too, because you have to do, like you said, those income producing activities, or the income's not going to come, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, for me, it was buying courses, and that was my addiction. It wasn't alcohol or drugs. My addiction was, I need this course. And it was crazy, and I have all these courses that I've never even opened. And did you know, and I don't have the statistics in front of me, but did you know that out of 100% of people that buy online, just digital courses without coaches, that only 20% of those people ever open the course?
Wow.
And only, I think it's 7% finish the course and finish it correctly. That's crazy.
Now, I wonder how many of that 7% actually implement what they learned.
Right. Yeah. I've got the statistics somewhere. Maybe I can, put it when we, I've got it somewhere. I know that I have it down. I should have pulled it out. But
no, that's okay. That's okay.
Digital products.
It's eye-opening.
And I looked at it myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have this training and this training and this training. Never even opened it. But that person sold it to me because he's a great seller and copywriter, And even today, for me, it's an addiction. Even right before I got on this call with you, I saw somebody send something, and I started looking at it, and I was like starting to fill out an application to have a call with them. And I was like, no, you're addicted. No, do not go. You've got a great coach. You've got a great group of people that I'm working with. Stick with them. Come on, quit, that addiction. It just gets you.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I was going to say something that it just slipped my mind.
I wish I could get addicted to exercise or something like that.
Me too. That would be fantastic.
Yes.
It's kind of like, you have to get obsessed with it. but not obsessed to the point where it actually impacts those income producing activities. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I actually, you're going to laugh. I have a meeting scheduled in my calendar every day for 1 hour to learn something new and implement it.
Absolutely.
Because it's very, very important. You want to keep continuing to grow, because if you don't, you're going to stay stagnant, or sometimes you may even be moving backwards. Right. So that is important. Good. So that was amazing to hear. And what special skill sets contributed most to your success?
I do think that I'm very A-type driven personality. I'm very, when you say what skill sets for me, I'm not sure about you, it's always a double-edged sword. It's a great thing to have, but it can also be a detriment. I'm going to give you an example. I am a perfectionist. Now, my products, everything looks great and beautiful, but sometimes I spend so much time redoing the video or making everything, right. The year of 2019, I was like, I'm just going to do a video. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to do what all the gurus are telling me. You go in and edit and all that, because I'm a one-man show here. My husband supports me, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with this. My kids support me and they'll hold the camera or whatever. But this was the year of me not even editing videos. You can go and see, you just heard now, my husband and I share an office, and you just heard him talking and walking away. So this year I've not edited my videos. I've just gone in and done it. It's been a great relief. But then on the other side, I'm a perfectionist in that I want everything to be done properly and correctly. So that's a double-edged sword with me. I also have a very good sense of reading people. I'd like to have conversations with people. That goes into the old network marketing of having, the meetings and being able to talk to people face to face. And luckily with technology, I can talk face to face with you, and you're in Rhode Island and I'm in Texas, but we can still see how we're feeling. And if you say something that makes me sad, I can see your face and your reaction. So, yeah. There's a lot of skills, and I'm very driven. I mean, I love, and this is going to come out wrong, but this is who I am. I love, and I don't mean it like this, but I love making that sale and knowing that I'm going to impact somebody else's life.
That's awesome. That is very awesome. No, it's good. It's very, very rewarding. And I think a lot of people, I'm positive a lot of people can identify with the perfectionism. Mm-hmm. So it is awesome that you were able to take that and make a small change and implement that and continue with it throughout the year. So that was kudos to you. I love that.
It's hard. I mean, I did one yesterday. I was like, oh, my makeup looks horrible. And I was like, no, put it on LinkedIn and go. So my husband was like, we need to go. And I was like, wait, I got to get this video up. So.
Yeah, I think I spent like an hour trying to make an image yesterday. And I'm like, why am I spending this much time on this image?
Right. You just have to do it because the fact of the matter is that social media is so fast.
Yeah.
They're going to see it and it's going to scroll down.
Yeah. Absolutely. So. Well, it's good that you could identify that, and hopefully most people that are perfectionists out there can do the same, because it really can help your business, but it can also impact it, like you said.
Absolutely.
So what do you feel has been most beneficial to you on this journey?
I think the most beneficial thing is keeping my mindset right, because let's face it, there have been times when I've quit. I mean, I quit 2 weeks ago. Nobody would have known that, and then I have to pick myself up. I've trained myself, and I have the tools in my toolkit to go, okay, CA, you can have a pity party, but you're only going to allow yourself a pity party for a day or 10 minutes or whatever. Yesterday I was having a pity party, and when I went to bed last night, I was like, I'm going to wake up in the morning with gratitude, attacking the day. Even though I have a half a day because my kids get out of school at 1 o'clock, I'm going to attack this day. And that's what I did. When I first opened my eyes, I was like, God, I'm grateful for today and I'm going to kill it today. So being able to work with my mind, which if you knew me 3 years ago, and my husband laughs at me all the time, I look at the world as half empty. I mean, I look at that cup and I'm like, that's a half empty cup. It's not full. He, on the other hand, is half full. So having to change that and having the tools and being taught the tools and having people that around me that say, hey, you did this and this and this, and this is how I see you. Why are you having a pity party? Having that around.
It's that really monkey important. That monkey mind, it'll kill you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So what advice would you give today to a brand new entrepreneur?
I would say that you need to figure out what your real goals are, what you want to accomplish, and write it down. And then you need to start and have a plan of action on how to do it and where you're going to go. And awesome. Each and every single day, I teach my clients, I'll give you a little tidbit here, my private clients, I tell them that every night before they put their head on their pillow, they have to go to their office and write 3 things that are non-negotiable that they're going to get done the next day.
Nice.
And if it's, talk to 5 people, that's not 5 things, that's only 1. If it's sell, a $20 product or, whatever you are doing that's going to help propel your business forward and move that needle, from unsuccessful to successful, have those 3 non-negotiables written down and get those done no matter what.
That is amazing advice. I love that because it's going to hit a lot of things. So basically, they say if you're not planning to fail, you're failing to plan. So by doing that the night before, it's giving you that motivation for when you get up in the morning to say, okay, these 3 things, no matter what, have to get done today. And it kind of forces you to get motivated first thing in the morning.
Absolutely.
For a lot of people don't think the day before to say, hey, what do I have to do tomorrow? And then the morning comes and it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, take a few minutes and sit down and have it's not, it motivates you when you think about it the night before. So I love that.
Absolutely.
So you have a gift for the audience today?
I do. I have my LinkedIn profile checklist.
I love it.
It is a ebook that you can go through, and from a network marketer perspective or affiliate marketer perspective, you can go through and change up your profile to really get and start attracting the kind of people that you want to attract. I personally believe that on LinkedIn, you need to get that profile perfect before you even start connecting with people. So this will help you get on your way to get that done.
Yeah, because it actually, I feel like it gives you clarity. It gives people clarity when they look at your profile. If you have things all over the place, they're just going to be confused and leave. They're not really going to take you seriously. So that is huge, important. How do they find that checklist? I'll put a link around here somewhere, but for people that can't see that, if you can give them the link for that.
CatherineAnnClayton.com/CALPC.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And just if you want to let people know how they can find you, if they want to reach out to you for help with their LinkedIn and their entrepreneurship journey.
Okay, it's under Catherine Ann Clayton, and it's CATHERINE Ann Clayton, and you will see Lady Leverage on there. So I'm also on Facebook, so connect with me on Facebook as well. It is Catherine Ann Clayton, and you will see a picture of my family at the beach in Turks and Caicos.
Yay, so, I love that.
I didn't put Lady Leverage there because that's for my business page, but
yeah, that's okay. I love that, Lady Leverage. That's awesome. So yeah, thank you for being a guest on our show.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Very honored to have you on. And if you feel that Catherine can help you, please do not hesitate to reach out, and don't forget to get your freebie from her, because if you are thinking about using LinkedIn, that is going to help you significantly. I'm actually in the process of taking Catherine's LinkedIn course now, and I'm excited to see where that brings me. So thank you so much for being here, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.